Wait a
Sorry.
minute. Hold on. We got a new person.
I was
Hold on, Zaire. Hold on. Calm. It's peace in the room right now. Let's see what kind of energy you about to bring. Zaire, what's your ethnicity again for the room?
I'm the real FBA, Congolese.
You Congolese? Okay, go ahead. You want to ask?
That ain't no real FBA nothing. You a Congolese
Shut
immigrant,
up.
sir.
Okay, let's
You know
get
what?
her.
You,
Look, hold on now, y'all. Hold on. Who? Reese? Okay. Somebody okay. Listen, Zaire.
Come on, man.
let me
What's your
speak, man.
question you got? Okay, what's your question you got for Black
My
Americans?
question first, before I say my question, I want to say something. You see how a good person, an intelligent man, can change the community. You see, when this guy is speaking, the name is what, Nick, and compared to FBA Moron speaking, you see two different highways. One highway
Do you
going
have a
to
question,
the left, another highway going straight to the point.
Zaire? Do you have a question for Black Americans, or are you just coming up here being sassy?
Stop cutting my mic.
Or do you have a question for Black Americans? You're not just going to ramble.
My question is, Nick, how are you gonna? You say a lot of good things, but how are you gonna make those things happen? How? With people like FBA Moron, how are you gonna make
That's
those things
not.
happen?
Hold on, Zaire. You got to be more intentional with your question. What is it that you want to know?
I'm not asking you a question. I'm asking Nick.
Just
Is it
ask
Nick?
Black Americans a question, right?
Okay, Black American question. All the stuff that you said, you wanted have more doctor, more engineer, more lawyers. How you gonna make all this happen with the population that have FBA in it, with your community that have 1% FBA in it? How you gonna make that happen? How you gonna send people to school? How you gonna force them to go to become a lawyer? How you gonna force them to become
You don't
doctor?
force people to do
You gonna,
anything. Right now, it's
what
called
I mean forcing? How you
economics.
gonna
Okay.
create
What do you? Hold on. Let me answer your question since you wanted to ask me the
for
question.
them to
Okay.
get
It's called community economics. Okay. When I'm talking about community economics, if you provide resources for people to do certain things, like if you pay attention right now, there's a hell of a lot of companies that do on a job training and they'll pay you to secure certain degrees. Actually, the government actually reimburses companies who do that. So there's avenues and means for us for needs. Like currently in manufacturing, they kind of took a lot of people away from the manufacturing space and tried to put them in cubicles, which created the drain in the first place here in America. Back in the day, my people used to be in trades. There was always a mechanic around, there was always a plumber around in those different trades. Obviously, there was always construction workers around. But what happened is they kind of made those fields or trades, if you will, not appealing. So all you have to do is turn it right back around. And there was in high schools, they had vocational schools that focused on those trades, and that's what's needed. We have to be more intentional and focusing on encouraging our people to be in those spaces. Like computers is never going away, mechanical engineering is never going away. you know it's those things. See, what happened was, for the last 30 or 40 years, they invested in social economic aspects when it comes to sociology, psychology, all these health centers, if you will, as opposed to what we call core competency. So it's all about group economics and putting things in place that which has intent behind it for us to fill the spaces that are necessary so we can sustain ourselves and not depend on other groups to do stuff for us.
fun, huh? I hear you. You know, companies, they always have they always give opportunity to their employer to go to school, pay for school. I had a chance to do that. I went to that, and then I know a lot of companies. I don't know, maybe the people they were not aware of those opportunities, but most of the companies in America, they provide you those opportunity, and they're still there, and they've been there for more than 50 years. So you can blame the company, blame the people that never took advantage of those opportunities. So that's what's killing your community. People like FBA Moran,
Unaliving.
instead of going to school, he went.
Unaliving. I
Okay,
love
Anna,
TikTok shop.
instead of going to school, he wanted to go to join the army. because he don't have the capacity to go to school and study. So people like that, you have to help them to create a clear pathway for them to go and try at least to go to some 2 years college, community college, and learn something, or a trade or something. That's gonna help your community. It's not gonna be coming on the panel blaming other people for your non.
Sir, family, that's why I wanted them to speak. This dude is so treasonous. He's a security risk. I should report him to the FBI, to be honest with you. And all these Africans who get in the military talk just like him. And it's insane how they won't fight for this country. They won't fight for their country. They won't fight for any country. The only thing they'll fight to do is stay in a first world country. That's it. They'll only fight to stay for a little bit until they could turn it into a third world. So Zaire, Congo is a S-hole country all by itself. But when it comes to people fighting for their country, you wouldn't be here. Like, I'm doing a documentary out here. Hold on, sir. I'm giving you a rebuttal. I'm doing a project out here. I already said documentary. It is what it is now. I'm doing a documentary out here, right? Something I'm learning on the gentleman I'm doing a documentary on, because this is going to help our reparations claim and different things of the such. One thing I learned is that the military really didn't get integrated until Vietnam. You had the army already make moves to integrate certain things, but y'all funky immigrants wouldn't even be in this country without us, let alone in the military without us, let alone in these different jobs without us. And now Trump is cutting all that off. And I'm glad. They're really cracking down on security clearances and everything right now because of people just like Zaire. So I hope that helps you out, Zaire. Reese?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
FBA all day, great day, America.
what's going on, sis? You want to ask Black Americans a question?
Actually, I am FBA. I go
That's
all the way back
fine.
to the Roman.
Hey, we can ask each other questions.
Okay, that's right. As far as a question for FBAs goes, see, my thing goes back to the root. I've taken this. My husband and I have taken this all the way back to the root. There's only 3 races: Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and that's where the whole problem begins. And until we go back there, I want to know from Black Americans, are we really ready to get to the root of the thing? Because we could go all the way to the wall now. The truth is out, it's present, it's on the table, but we have to be able to accept it and swallow it, because the truth of the matter is that our influence is deeper than just influence. It's leadership. We are supposed to be leading. So my question to Black Americans is, are we ready to lead the world?
I think we've been leading this whole time. I don't think we've ever not been leading, to be honest with you. I mean, some people, and I'm guessing you're referring to the Hebrew Israelites, right? Correct?
Well, it goes deeper than that. You know, we're from God, and that's where all of our influential anointing comes from. That's what it is. It's an anointing from Him. That's why all the people gravitate to us. And you know, the truth of the matter is, yeah, there are not like us. We are the only one of our kind, and so we are different. And this delineation is just the beginning of what must be. You know, we are supposed to separate ourselves. You know, so when I talk about leading, there is a separation that has to happen, and we have to take the positions. Like, okay, you know how these foreigners are coming in. We got treasonous mayors, but there's an Asian Chinese. She's a mayor, and she was a CCP spy. Look at Mandami. He's a domestic terrorist. You know, we have to be in these spots. We have the way we have to lead is to get back in pole position. You see this stuff with the Democrats and this DSA socialism. These are our spaces that we created and made our country. We have to go back. We have a bogus constitution in place. So there's a lot of work that has to be done on our country level. And when I say ready to lead, I don't mean like what we're doing here. You know, I mean really going back to the tables, because we've left. We're absent from the power structure. That's why all of this mayhem is taking place, because we are not present. So I understand we're resting now, But we need to. I do think that it's time for clarity to come into play,
What's
because
that
we do
noise?
have to ask these hard questions. Are
Oh,
we ready to lead? Oh, I think that's my phone stuff coming in.
yeah. Hold on, sis.
But yeah, my
Let me
question is: are
answer.
we ready to get back in the system and lead
Yeah, we've been in the system
politically?
leading. Yes, we've been leading politically, which is why people like Zaire and all the rest of these people keep coming up here doing different things, trying to undermine us and trying to turn us into some kind of group and some kind of weird, you know, whatever they got going on, just trying to turn us into anything except a lineage of people who've been leading since the dawn of time. I do believe that as well. But when it comes to getting involved in a system, we have never not been involved with the system. They wouldn't be over here if we were not involved. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
So,
like even with the Nolan Wells situation,
but hold
we're
on real
not in
quick.
control. We
Hold on real quick.
mm-hmm,
Let me just finish what I'm saying real quick.
sure.
When it comes to people that are saying that we don't lead and different things of the such, they got to ask themselves, if we don't lead, why are we always the topic of the conversation? Which is why we're looking to disaggregate the statistics, because once we do that as well, which I think is the next step, one of the biggest steps for us right now, especially with voting season coming up, we're going to find out we're the largest and oldest ethnic group on this whole land ever. Um, and I'm seeing different things out here, and I'm originally from Florida, but I'm seeing different things out here in Texas and learning from the offices of government over here in Texas. They recognize Black Americans in Texas as the oldest ethnic group. We just haven't disaggregated yet.
Ancient. Yeah.
So, when it comes to policies getting pushed, we have people that are also boots on the ground getting policies pushed. We have people that are doing lineage verifications. I mean, it's so many. I don't know if you're familiar. I got roots in South Carolina. Are you familiar with the Gullah Geechee centers that they built over there in South Cat?
Not the centers, but the people in the culture. Yeah, I didn't know.
No, there's whole centers over there. Yeah, and they partner with Ancestry.com. Now, some of them are Pan-African, some of them are on indigenous time,
Mm.
some of them are just, regular old American, but they have centers over there which you could verify your lineage. There's different things that people have been doing all around that are not being put on Front Street, but trust and believe that there are people all over this country that are on code with us that are trying to get policies pushed, especially with Florida with the governor's race. I'm going to tell you right now, hopefully Fishback wins, but if not, we do have people that are boots on the ground ready to get involved in all local city governments around Florida, just the South as a whole right now. And I think this
Oh, and a
delineation
heads
is
up, Uncle
actually,
Luke is a tether too, by the way. Mentioned
oh
in
yeah,
Florida.
we
I
know
had to
he,
look at that.
Hey,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah.
I was
But
gonna
yeah,
put that
but
out there. Now I am talking about a next level, but I'm gonna save that for private conversation, because I'm with the one sister who said we don't need to talk about our plans, all our public stuff. So I'm gonna keep what I'm talking about for the private talks.
hey, FBA moron, why you keep cutting my phone?
hold on, Zaire. This is a
He
real,
says,
hold on. This is a real conversation going on right now. Yeah, no, sis, just know that there are people that are boots on the ground. Like I always tell people, get involved with your local government, and then go from there. You feel me? And then we could move on from there. But
Exactly.
just get involved locally, especially because that's what's going to
Mm-hmm.
really matter. And then we'll, when we get to 2028, we'll see what they got, what any party has in store for us, whether that's independent, Republican, Democrats. I don't care, but somebody better have their check ready. Somebody need their checkbook ready.
For sure. And look out for me. I'll be going live soon too, joining the energy.
Yep, absolutely. Appreciate you.